Imagine for a moment that the very essence of prayer doesn't lie solely in the words we utter or the requests we make, but rather in the way we consciously direct our thoughts. What if the highest form of prayer was simply the act of controlling and directing our thoughts toward goodness and righteousness? It's a powerful notion, isn't it? It shifts the entire landscape of how we perceive prayer and its role in our lives. When we think of prayer, we often envision a solemn moment, perhaps kneeling beside our beds, hands clasped, eyes closed, pouring out our hearts to a higher power. We might ask for healing for a loved one, guidance in tough times, or even just a little bit of luck to get us through the day. But what if that's just one tiny fragment of what prayer could be? What if, instead of merely asking for things, we focused on the thoughts we nurture in our minds? Think about it. Our thoughts shape our reality. They influence our actions, our emotions, and ultimately, our lives. If we considered our thoughts as a form of prayer, wouldn't we be more mindful about what we allow to occupy our minds? Wouldn't we strive to cultivate thoughts that are uplifting, kind, and filled with love? It's like planting seeds in a garden. If we plant seeds of positivity, gratitude, and compassion, we're more likely to reap a harvest of joy, peace, and fulfillment. Now, let's be real. Life isn't always rainbows and sunshine. We face challenges, disappointments, and moments of doubt. It's easy to fall into the trap of negative thinking, spiraling down into a pit of worry and despair. But here's where the beauty of this concept comes into play. If we can train ourselves to recognize those negative thoughts as they arise, we can actively choose to redirect them. Instead of letting anxiety take the wheel, we can acknowledge it and then consciously steer our thoughts toward hope and possibility. Imagine facing a difficult situation. Maybe it's a job loss or a health scare. Instead of fixating on fear, what if you decided to focus on the opportunities that lie ahead? What if you envisioned yourself overcoming this challenge, emerging stronger and wiser? That shift in perspective transforms your mindset from one of despair to one of empowerment. And in doing so, you're engaging in a powerful form of prayer. You're aligning your thoughts with the divine, fostering a connection that transcends mere words. This doesn't mean we ignore our struggles or pretend everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging our feelings and then choosing to rise above them. It's about holding space for both the light and the dark within us, while ultimately directing our energy toward what uplifts us. Let's also consider the impact of our thoughts on those around us. When we cultivate a mindset of positivity and righteousness, it radiates outward. Our thoughts can inspire, uplift, and heal not just ourselves, but also those in our lives. Imagine walking into a room filled with negativity, and instead of absorbing that energy, you bring in your light. You become a beacon of hope, a living embodiment of that higher form of prayer. So, as we navigate our daily lives, let's remember the power of our thoughts. Let's treat them as sacred, directing them toward goodness and righteousness. Let's practice this form of prayer, not just in moments of need, but as a daily commitment to live in alignment with the highest version of ourselves. Because in the end, it's not just about what we ask for, it's about who we become in the process. And that, my friends, is the most profound prayer of all.